Shalom Israel. First host, when you give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Hashem El Shai, Hashem HaKadosh, the barns of the apostles, and Els Great Millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessing to all like to Israel, and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in ancient Hebrew. Hashem means his name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the only begotten Son. And back with a lesson, and today, going to be going to the great wrath these devils are going to come down with. As you're starting to see, they're starting to create more robots. As you see in this title, robot dogs now have assault rifles mounted on their backs. So you see the technology that these devils have and the things that they are doing. As you see in these sci-fi movies, cartoons, and in TV shows, they like to implement their future plans and things that they want to do. As you see with like Transformers, for an example, and other things. So iRobot, RoboCop, showing you things that they are planning and wanting to do. As you see, they're starting to move on with their plans and starting to create these robots, robot dogs, and giving these robots weapons. And as you know, we're heading to times of Jacob's trouble, and right now we're in the build-up of it, in the beginning of it. Presumably that's Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. But I'm going to play a quick video, and it's going to be a few scriptures that come to mind. And Lord, one bit of fine lesson. Let's get into it.
Ghost Robotics and Sword International have teamed up to create a rifle-toting robot dog. Called the Special Purpose Unmanned Rifle, or SPUR, the system adds a 6.5mm Creedmoor rifle from Sword to one of Ghost Robotics' quadrupedal unmanned ground vehicles, or QUGVs. The SPUR made its debut on the show floor at the Association of the U.S. Army's main annual convention in Washington, D.C., which opened yesterday. Though Ghost Robotics is partnered with a number of other companies to explore defense.
And there was also a video and an article showing these people walking, their robot dogs just roaming the street. And it's ultimately what's going to build up to when they start implementing these lockdowns. And as you see, police officers and the people in the military are starting to leave their jobs. Because you see the mandates that are being implemented to where you need to have the juice to be able to continue to work and to really do anything coming soon. And how do you think these devils are going to fill in those spots to combat these riots, these protests, and to keep everything in check with these robots? As you know, robots have no emotion, no remorse. They can't think for themselves. They are programmed, to do what they're built for. And what are you going to do when these military troops come kick down your door with robot dogs pointing guns at you? What are you going to do, man? Your Glock ain't going to save you.
And security applications, among others, for its QUGVs. This appears to be the first example of one of these unmanned systems with an actual weapon mounted on it. Unarmed examples of the QUGV are notably already in limited use with the U.S. Air Force's 325th Security Forces Squadron at Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida and are being tested by other units within that service. The exact configuration of the 6.5mm gun inside the SPUR module, how much ammunition it contains, and how hard it might be to reload are all unclear. Ghost Robotics has said that SPUR can be instructed remotely to chamber the first round from an unloaded state, as well as clear the chamber and safe the gun. In terms of the weapon itself, SWORD does offer derivatives of the 5.56x 45mm R-15 M16 family, as well as similar, but larger caliber guns, more akin to the Armalite R-10 or Knights Armament Company SR-25. Those rifles come in calibers such as 7.62 51mm, 6.5mm Creedmoor, 300 Norma Magnum, 338 Lapua Magnum, and 338 Norma Magnum. The weapon used in the SPUR module looks like it could have a sound suppressor fitted to the front end, which could make it more difficult for opponents to determine where the shooting might be coming from.
As you know, robots are programmed to, not miss. They are deadly accurate. And, they're putting into these robots, thermals, and what's the word I'm looking for? Basically sensors to get basically 100% accuracy to hit his shot. And you see right here in the comments says, "Oh, we are getting closer to sharks with freaking lasers anytime now. We were warned about this for decades. Drone swarms, robot dogs, smart missiles, hypersonic missiles. Well, at least we'll have some cool aka footage of our next war." And he shows me to see what these devils are preparing and trying to do, to especially go against Yahushua when he comes back in the midst of World War III, and to go against, the elect. But not to go far off topic. Let's continue on.
The 6.5mm Creedmoor is not currently in any kind of widespread use by the military or other security forces, either in the United States or elsewhere around the world. However, U.S. Special Operations Command is notably in the process of acquiring light machine guns and rifles in this caliber, ostensibly to fill an intermediate niche in overall performance between existing 5.56 45mm and 7.62 51mm guns, as you could.
And as you see that, no recoil, man.
Acquiring light machine guns and rifles in this caliber, ostensibly to fill an intermediate niche in overall performance between existing 5.56 45mm and 7.62 51mm guns, as you can read more about here. Testing has shown that this 6.5mm round actually offers increased range over the various 7.62 51mm cartridges.
And I believe this was the video I was talking about.
That are available to the U.S. Special Operations community now. Ghost Robotics says that Spur is capable of precision fire out to 1,200 meters, or nearly 3,940 feet. This unmanned system already features impressive stabilization capabilities simply as a result of its quadrupedal design.
Think about what I was saying, how this is what's going to be roaming the streets to keep the people in check and to help stop riots, protests, to come kick down your door and throw you into these jails, these FEMA camps. I mean, this is what's coming, man. We're heading to times of Jacob's trouble, man. Times that we have never seen before. Let's get on with the scriptures, and I'll close out. But the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7, says, "At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the times of Jacob's trouble." As you know, Jacob got his name changed to Israel. So he's talking about the nation as a whole. So even times of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And it's ultimately for 2/3 of our people, but also the 1/3 will be tried and tested also. You're not exempt from these things to come. The Wi-Fi kind of bugging out. But the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19. But, go back to, before I get into this, what was that? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, it's in times of Jacob's trouble, and how we'll also be tried. Scripture go into how Israel will be scarcely be saved. I mean, you go say, or scarcely means barely, man, almost not. So it's showing we're going to be tried, and we're going to be put to the test, man. But the book of Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19 says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall be standard against him." So he's going to come down with great wrath, man. They're coming like a flood. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood," coming up, with a group, a multitude, overwhelming. "The Spirit of the Lord shall be standard against him. But Yahweh shall protect and take care of his elect. May he lift by standard, bestow upon his elect spiritual power, have the heavenly angels protect us." Nothing is impossible for Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Lord is going to do some great miracles, man. But this is where we'll be tried and tested. Are you willing to wait upon the Lord and to suffer for Yahweh Shemel Shai, and to go through these things, and retain your faith, or it's like you remain faithful, even in the worst situations, man? But the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12, to add on to that. The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man of the day, is come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So you're going to see the devil's coming down in great wrath, because they know their time is short. Especially now that our people are waking up, which is a major end-time sign. You're seeing all these prophecies playing out and, coming past before our very eyes, man. We're seeing end-time prophecy taking place, man. Pursuing back to Matthew's, showing that we're nearing the end of the devil's kingdom and seeing signs of Yahushua's return. So we're seeing multiple chariot signs, riots, protests, all these plagues and pestilence that you are seeing is all from Yahweh Shema Shai. This is the Lord's doing. And it is showing you that this devil's kingdom is coming to an end. These devils are on the last legs. And this is why you see him being so desperate, trying to implement and push this juice as fast as they can and mandate it and push it everywhere. Which is ultimately going to lead up to the Charagma, presuming back to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. But the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, said this, know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Terrible times are ahead, man. And when you truly meditate on the times that we are heading into, it's going to be bad, man. And you're going to have a lot of Israelites that are in this truth crumbling and cracking under that pressure, man. When these temptations get presented in front of us. And a lot of Israelites are going to crack under that pressure and give in, man. They're going to take that juice. They're going to take the Charagma, which is the mark in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And, this shows you how terrible the times that we are coming into, man. We're coming to some times that we have never seen before. I was starting to see these devils creating robots with guns on them that can carry, enormous weight and can basically do everything that a person can, but better. Has better accuracy, can carry more than an average human. These type of things that these devils are doing, man. You're gonna have robots roaming the street, killing people that don't have the juice. This is what's coming, man. But multiple scriptures also go into how Yahweh Shema Shai will protect and take care of his elect. But pretty much you'll be an outcast, you'll be demonized, called terrorist, criminalized for not wanting to take the juice and the Charagma. This is what it's all building up to. Scriptures also go into how we're going to be, thrown into prison to be tried for 10 days, which is going to a certain period of time. So, hey, we're going to be tried and we're going to be tested, man. But the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 39 through 40, to go into Esau, Edom's blessing. It says right here, verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And this is the devil's kingdom, his rulership. Pursuing back to Job chapter 9, verse 24. The world is given to the hand of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom. Verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck, in the main point of this verse. And by thy sword shalt thou live. These devil's blessings was the sword, and they are living by that sword. As you see, all the mighty military that they have, creating a space force, all these what's the word I'm looking for? Weapons that they have, the arsenal that they have. Satellites that can shoot laser beams from the sky. Their blessing was a sword, man. And Jake thinks they can compete and go against these devils with their own blessing, man. Jake relies more on their gun rather than Yahweh Shema Shai. That gun is not going to deliver you or protect you when you have an army of troops and robots coming after you, man. Because these are the times that we're coming into. As Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17, to go into how Yahweh Shema Shai will take care of and protect his elect, man. It says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh Shemel Shai. So no weapon is going to prosper. And to add more on to that, Luke chapter 10, verse 19. Wait for it to load. It says, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. See, the Lord will take care of and protect his elect, man. But we have a lot of Israelites cracking under that pressure and taking the easy way out, taking the Jews, bowing down to his beast system, and giving into temptation. The Lord's going to give his elect spiritual power and have the heavenly angels protect us. The Lord's going to do many things, man. Which, Lord, one, we're a part of the number. How we're out to. I mean, the scripture going to how his arm is not stretched out too far to save. Nothing is possible for Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Have the heavenly angels protect the elect, spiritual power. Lord can do many miracles, man. Teleport them away from danger, and multiple other things. Luke chapter 20, verse 18. Last scripture I'm going to get, I'll close out. But there shall not an hair of your head perish. And when you look into how many hair follicles that you have in your head, it's a lot, man. And not even a hair on your head, man. So it goes to show that Yahweh Shemel Shai will take care of and protect his elect, man. Because you have like Jake not willing to have faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai to protect them. That's why you see them running down to Esau, Edom, taking that juice and joining hands with them, man. But guess what? You're going to join in their destruction when these thermonuclear missiles come, and when Yahushai comes back with the chariots shooting these laser beams, man. But I just want to make a quick lesson going to the great wrath that these devils are going to come down with. As you see these robots that they are creating and showing off, as you see right now. And that's just a taste of what they have. These devils are not just going to show you their secret weapons. Just give you a little taste of what they have in store, man. It just goes to also show how prideful these devils are. But pretty much at the point of the lesson, to make a lesson go to the great wrath these devils come down with, and these terrible and perilous times that are ahead. But the Lord wants edifying and close out. Want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashem Kadash, Deborah and the apostles, and El's great millstone, and peace and blessings to all of Israel, and Shalom. See you next one.